Now, when we're talking about being marked by our salvation, there's a number of ways you could talk about that. I mean, of course, we're talking about, are they saved? Do they have that experience? Do you need to create a decision moment in their life? Do you need in your discipleship to continue to push them towards Christ? Sometimes young small group leaders can really kind of shy away from really pushing people towards salvation because they want it to be organic, and they want it, they don't want to create the awkwardness of trying to have an agenda to see them saved. But if you really believe that the most loving thing is to see them come to the Lord, then you need to lead them there. And that's not to say that you need to be pushy. That doesn't mean that you need to be wise in your discipleship. But don't neglect, like, hey, I want you to love Jesus. I want you to give your life to him because your life will be changed, and I want what's best for you, and not neglect that. Now, my old resource leader once told me, and I thought it was a really wise insight. He said, I've been a Christian long enough, sometimes I forget how big of a deal it is that I am saved. And if I grew up in the church like I did, it's like, you just kind of grew up hearing the salvation message. And so you kind of forget how big of a deal it is. Like, we need, what he said was, I always need young Christians in my life, because their wonder at being a child of God, their awe at the salvation of Christ on the cross fills me again with that same awe and wonder. It reminds me of, hey, yeah, this is a big deal. And so letting that out, letting the joy of your salvation be expressed in your discipleship, make it a big deal, because it is a big deal. But don't just take it as an intellectual reality. Yeah, I did that back in the day, and you should too, but emphasize that. Celebrate it. Elevate it. Do you even understand your salvation? Like, maybe it is something you understand and that, like, you've experienced receiving, but have you ever studied or looked at, like, what you received from the Lord in your salvation and gone deeper that way too? So below are just some resources here for you, but as we disciple people, let's remember to lead them to that starting point in their salvation story and their journey with God as a child of God in their own life, as we lead them along the way as a student who is loving Jesus on our campus.